The Commander's bundle for Avatar: The Last Airbender is legitimately an incredibly strong product. And I want to talk about it briefly today because holy shit, I think a lot of times these products end up being either overpriced or not good, and this is a rare example of one that I personally feel like has nailed it in every facet. This product is essentially replacing what would be a gift bundle for this set. And if you are familiar with the gift bundles, I think historically speaking, we've seen them like every other set in the past couple of years. Like Final Fantasy had one, Edge of Eternities didn't. Aether Drift had one, Tarkir didn't, like etc. Like they essentially are a way to combine regular bundles but add collector boosters and sometimes other, neat product to it or whatever. But this Commander bundle is awesome, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I do that, I just wanted to kind of break down what's in it, and then we'll go into the details and talk about the reprints they announced for this bundle. So this is going to be, if you were able to get one, you can see on my screen I actually was able to pre-order one. Amazon actually did a cool thing where they limited it to one per account. So I pre-ordered one, and I only have one coming in. I might try to find some in the store, like if I can get lucky and find them, because I'd like to open a couple and get some of the potential promos that are in there. But this is essentially the only Commander-related product for Avatar. There is no, Commander decks for this, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because with the Fire Nation, all that stuff, there was a lot of different potential, I think. But it's okay. We don't need to oversaturate products more than we already have. So this was $104.99. It comes with one collector booster, and then it comes with, I believe it's 9 packs? 9 play boosters. So it's one collector booster, 9 play boosters, and then you get 5 borderless cards, as well as 15 lands, and you get a life counter wheel, which some people like. I don't have one yet. I know they've done them a few times. I haven't been able to get one, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then, of course, the storage box itself, which is whatever. The collector booster being in here is cool because obviously collector boosters for Universes Beyond sets end up being a little bit more money. We've seen it with Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy gift bundle was basically impossible to find, and the Chocobo bundle, which is coming out in a couple weeks, is basically like a different version of that. I don't think it's going to have a collector booster in it if I remember correctly, but it's going to have packs and promos and whatnot. Essentially, it's cleaned up off the market, right? And this one you're seeing now is sold out as well, but there was a period where it was up last week and you were able to pre-order it, and I think, hopefully people that wanted one were able to get one because they did the one per account, and I think that worked out really well. And I'd like to see them do that a little bit more going forward. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to talk about here are the booster fun promos and the borderless Commander staples. So let's look at these first. First of all, we've got Soul Ring, which again, very common, but I like the art. People are going to like it. I think this showcase frame they've come up with for Avatar does look really good. I'm excited to see what it looks like in person on the actual cards, but no complaints here about Soul Ring being included as a guaranteed promo. Swiftfoot boots, again, would have preferred Lightning Greaves, but I guess, I don't know, maybe that's too much reprint equity for their blood, I guess, for Lightning Greaves. I don't know, would have been nice to have that in here guaranteed, but whatever. I'm not going to complain too much. This is a solid inclusion, I suppose. And then Arcane Signet, which I adore the artwork on this one. These are all guaranteed, these 3 cards, so you're guaranteed to get them in the bundle no matter what. But there are 10 cards in a separate sheet, I guess you want to call it, that are in this bundle, exclusive to this bundle as far as we know. I don't think they are in collector boosters, if I understand correctly, based on the product listings. And out of those 10 cards, you get 2. I'm going to go through each of the cards with you, and you're going to see why I'm so hyped about this product. So let's start with the least interesting one first, Obscuring Haze. This artwork is incredible. This is one of the free cast commander spells, but Obscuring Haze, of course, is the weakest of them. Fairly affordable for pretty much all copies, but still, $5, not terrible. It's just that when you look at the other colors that this cycle has access to, this card is just not in super high demand. But I do like the art. I think it's cool, and I understand putting the whole cycle in here. Flawless Maneuver. We're getting a little bit more up there in price, right? This is about $20. A really strong card. It's free. All of the free cast commander spells are really good, so it's not really too much of a surprise. Neat artwork here. It's just a good card that had started to rise in price again after being reprinted in Commander Masters. It was in the Marvel Secret Lairs, but again, hard to count Secret Lairs as a widespread drop for these. Deadly Rollick, if you see where we're going here. Again, incredibly good card. Very, very pricey and kind of scarce. It was in a secret lair as well for Deadpool. I personally did not really care for the art on that one. Some people might have. That was just not my style, especially not with just some of the other cool artworks that we have for the card itself. But this is an incredibly good promo to get in there because it is just one of those cards that will always be good and will always start to trickle back up. But if that's not good enough, Deflecting Swat. Now, this is a big money reprint. This card's about $55 at the cheapest. It is one of the best red instant spells in Commander, period, in my opinion. We are getting a card in this set that is similar to Deflecting Swat, that is going to be standard legal, but it's one cost, and it's a bit more restrictive in terms of how you can use it. But this bumps up the value of this product a ton, and if that wasn't enough, Fierce Guardianship as well. So yes, the entire free cast Commander cycle is included in this bundle for promos. Now again, I do want to reiterate that they are not all in the bundle. You get 2 out of 10, so these are 5, and then we're going to look at the other 5 here. But these are just some absolutely stellar choices for promos, and I'm really, really surprised by it, because generally speaking, what Wizards will do is put like one good promo in there, and then mix up all the other ones, so then you have, you know, okay, cool, so you buy this bundle, and more likely you're going to get an Obscuring Haze or some other rare card, but you have a chance, quote-unquote, at Fierce Guardianship. Well, you have a chance at a lot of really good cards here. Deflecting Swat, Deadly Rollick, Fierce Guardianship, Flawless Maneuver, all stellar hits. And the way it's going to work is, I believe, with the 2 promos, you're going to get 1 of 5 of the free cast Commander cycle. And then let's look at the other 5. Worldly Tutor, again, one of the most generically playable cards in the Commander format, period. This card is about $20 at the cheapest. It has only been reprinted a small handful of times, but every time it gets reprinted, it rises back up in price, and it is generally just in really high demand. Mystical Tutor, again, same deal. This card is not quite as pricey. It's around $12-13, but it's really good. It searches your instants and sorceries, and it is in here as a promo. Entomb, again, these are just all such good Commander staples. It's crazy how many of these are all in the same product. Entomb, $15, $16 at the cheapest. Got reprinted and Dominator Remastered a couple years back. It has not seen, it's seen no drop in price. It's gone up and up and up. It was maybe available for like 8 to 10 for a little while when that set first came out, but that didn't last very long. Just an awesome inclusion. Enlightened Tutor, $30 at the cheapest. And again, in here is a promo. Like, they're putting all of the tutors in here. Well, not all of them, which we'll talk about in a second. They're putting most of the tutors in here, I suppose. And this is just another really, really strong value card that is just going to be included in here. And the last one, which I thought I had pulled up and didn't, oh well, is Gamble. Now, Gamble, again, on the lower end, price-wise, it's like 10 or 11, but still, it's one of the best tutors for Red, one of the few tutors Red has access to, and it is a highly playable card in Commander, which is a great thing for its value. So of the 10 cards we've looked at, one of them is kind of mid, and the other one is like solid, but not necessarily one you're chomping at the bit to pull with Flawless Maneuver. Everything else out of these promos is great. And so my understanding is you'll get 1 of the 5 tutor cycle and 1 of the 5 free cast Commander spells, meaning you are at least going to be getting something worth pretty good value right off the bat. And I'm actually really, really impressed by the card selection and the product design of this, which is why I wanted to make a video and just kind of talk about it briefly, because I think there's so much stuff to criticize Wizards for, and I will come up with more because I'm working on a video about the bonus sheet, and there's definitely some criticisms there. But with regards to this specific product, I believe truly that they have nailed it out, knocked it out of the park. There are always going to be people who are upset. I don't want to buy sealed product, want to buy singles. I completely 100% understand that, and this may not be the product for you, and that's okay. But in terms of the estimated value that you're going to be spending on this product, you're getting the 9 boosters, you're getting the collector booster, you're getting 2 really solid promos, whatever they may be, plus the 3 Commander, Arcane Signet, Swiftfoot Boots, Soul Ring, whatever, those are add-ons. And then you're getting the Commander Life Wheel, as well as the lands. In terms of a complete product that they're asking you to spend your money on, the Commander bundle is an absolute home run in my opinion. Now, that being said, I would not be going online and overpaying on this on eBay and stuff a ton to get it, because I think at that point you're giving into the FOMO and you're giving into the scalper prices. You don't want to do that. What I would recommend is keeping an eye out at your local stores when this set releases, trying to find the bundle, because I believe it will be that $104.99 MSRP. Obviously that's a pretty high price point, but when you actually break down what you're getting the 9 play boosters. If you value those at around, let's call them $6 a piece, that's 9 times 6 is 54. Collector booster is around $40, so you're looking at about 94, and then you have these incredible promos to go with it. It's just a really, really good product that I think is giving you a good bang for your buck, even if you don't pull a ton out of your packs, right? Like, we're not talking about the actual pack pull value. That's a gamble. It will always be a gamble, but there is a lot to like about this product, and I think it is excellently well put together. It's just a very, very strong product with some incredible promos. Now, in the interest of fairness, I do want to make one quick criticism. They absolutely chose to exclude Vampiric Tutor from this on purpose. Every other tutor that is included in this promo, Worldly, Mystical, Gamble, and Enlightened Tutor, are all from the same initial cycle. I can't remember what set they were initially printed in. It was forever ago, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on it right now. It might have been, who the hell knows? I can look here real quick, I guess, since it's for everybody's piece of knowledge. Was it Mirage, maybe? I think Mirage might have had all these tutors. I don't know. Either way, these were all part of that same cycle, and it was very clearly an intentional choice to exclude Vampiric Tutor, which is definitely a bit annoying, but I guess they probably want to save that equity for another reprint somewhere. This is a $50-something card. It would have been incredible if this was actually included in here, but I can't say I'm surprised that it wasn't. I'm not happy about it. I want to call out the kind of cowardice on that part because it really should have been included in here, but whatever. It's not a huge deal when you consider that the rest of the offerings are really good, right? So, like, if they had put in, like, the 4 tutors and then 5 dog shit cards, they'd be like, okay, so you kind of fucked everybody. This should have been included in here. It's definitely intentional that it is not, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's just a good product, and I wanted to call attention to that. And if you have a chance to get it at MSRP, I do think it's definitely a worthwhile pickup. And hopefully, you know, people do get that chance to get that, because I know the scalping part kind of sucks. But if you can't, definitely buy singles. There should still be a chance to pick up some of these cards fairly cheap out of this bundle, assuming it doesn't end up crazy expensive. So I don't think too many of these cards will be like too much more than their other counterparts, because they are promos. People will be ripping this open en masse. We'll have to see and kind of keep an eye on the market, see how it goes. What do you guys think of the Commander bundle as an overall product? I understand people are not necessarily going to be able to get it, or some people may not, so I'm not talking about it from that perspective, but from a offering in terms of what they're asking you to spend versus what you're getting, I think it's very good, and I want to know what everybody else thinks. So let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.